I would really like to learn how to. I mean, it's simple. Just how do you avoid the copyright scenario where you're adding footage from other people's work to here to show that work for you to go watch it. I'm curious without getting copyright strike because this is a science fiction TV series I watched years ago. I remember as a kid. But the show I shouldn't have watched as a kid because it was increasingly inappropriate. But it's available to watch for free on YouTube. And it came on the Sci-Fi Channel like at night because how explicit the show was. And after reviewing a few episodes, well, actually it's been a while, so I'm just going to be glancing at some of the episodes that I do vividly remember the show somewhat well. And it's a sci-fi show called Tripping the Rift. And I'm going to tell you this this show, you would not get it. This show's crazy. This is probably one of the most craziest sci-fi comedy shows that I've seen, and it's very it's. I think it's a show that gets harder to find now, given it. It's a show that came out like in 2004 and ended 2007, and it's a very sexist kind of show. It's a big parody of Star Wars. It's like if Star Wars was if they took Star Trek and Star Wars and they made fun of it into a very dark sexist kind of comedy. It follows the story of this alien known as Bob trying to evade this dark clown villainous empire, and he's accompanied by a insecure robot like C-3PO kind of thing, and this woman alien that looks like Hey Arnold, and this sexualized robot. And it chronicles, and we're on this ship called the Rift. So the show chronicles them visiting planet to planet on their adventures, and then they're still being chased by this clown empire who's very just split personality kind of like, and it's very kind of weird. It's a very weird show. Though I will say this though, the show is very This show is very, I would say, right on the nose with its sex jokes, and it goes extremely, I wouldn't say too far because I don't think the show would have aired if it was, but it's very on the nose. It's very on the nose when it comes to sex jokes. And it's a running gag throughout the whole series. In fact, it actually kind of gets a little annoying to keep revisiting that. But it's interesting enough to where it's more satire of the sci-fi genre of itself, and I think that's what I really liked about it the most, of how it's just a parody of these throwback sci-fi's pop cultures that we're accustomed to with Star Wars, with Star Trek, and there are some jokes on there that's pretty funny. I do think it goes a little bit too far where it relies too much on the sexual jokes, and it lands in every single episode. And I can tell you, this show would not get made today at all. I personally think it wouldn't get made today. I do think the show was kind of controversial at that time, but it would come on like around I think 10 or 11 o'clock at night during the Sci-Fi Channel. It lasts for 3 seasons, and it's available to watch for free on YouTube. I do think the show does hold up a little bit with its jokes. The animation is a bit, of course, the show is like 20 years ago. But I think it's a fun show. It's a show I think I would highly recommend just checking it out. If you are a fan of, let's say, dark comedies that were originated around that time, this show is not for everybody for sure. Because I can tell you the characters aren't likable, but they're funny as hell. Tripping the Ref. Does anybody have seen this show? Does anybody remember this? Let me know in the comment section below. Because revisiting this was such a throwback, and I remember I would get excited for it. It was funny, but I probably should have watched it back in 2004. But it was cool. Have you seen it? Comment below. Let me know if you have, and let me know what is your favorite underrated sci-fi show.